I feel so barefaced. I'm barely wearing eyeshadow. Ah! Who am I? Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're gonna talk about some serious stuff, do a Q&A. Let's just go there together. Cheers. I'm a yerba monster today. This is probably, do I admit it? This is number 3. It's been a rough one. I need my energy to be up. Cheers. I still have a swatch on my hand, so that's pretty typical. Let's take care of her real quick. And I just want to take a moment to thank you for being here. I want to ask you, how are you doing? Let's all take a big deep breath together. Has life been good for you? How, like, up, down? Tell me about it. I love doing Q&As. It's a little bit indulgent because I get to just sit here and kind of unload. And I ask you guys to ask me questions and you ask really good ones. And I know that a big theme recently has been, why are you on TikTok? Why, Tati? Why? I don't use that app. We're gonna chat about it. There's been a lot of DMing, a lot of questions, a lot of interaction with you guys where some of you are thrilled and you are joining me on my lives that I'm doing now twice a week because I added in Wednesday. I'm gonna be going Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. CST and Saturday, 7 p.m. CST. I love it. I cannot get enough of it. It is so good for me. It's good for my soul. And I want you to know that I am enjoying myself doing them. So I am gonna keep doing them. But a lot of you have been asking what's going on here on YouTube. Why don't you do them here? Are you leaving YouTube? Are you done with YouTube? What's going on with the beauty community? What's happening? A lot of people say they miss 2016. They want those in-depth reviews. They want more of the old days, and I understand, but things have changed. The audience has changed. Watching habits have changed. It breaks my heart in a huge way. We're gonna get into it. So let's talk about it. I very genuinely feel like right now I need to be where the audience is, and I'm having a lot of fun over on TikTok. It's like such a dirty word here, right? Like suppression. I love right now the freedom that I can quickly make short content. Like I can churn it out. I don't have to deal with sound and lights and, offloading footage and then uploading it. And then I do, send off to an editor and then we preview. That's not that bad. I mean, there is research and pre-film, whatnot that goes into it. So 2 videos a week ends up being about a full-time job as is. So there is a lot of work that goes into making YouTube videos look very polished with the inserts and the swatches and the titles and the music and all of it, right? I love my job. I want to make that very, very clear. And before we all panic, I am a YouTuber first. I love YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Am I breaking up with YouTube? No. Do I feel in a way YouTube has broken up with me? Yes, and I am fighting to get my ex back. I feel like YouTube is the boyfriend that's just like, liked you, loved you, And I want to bring back a little sizzle. I'm going to fight for this relationship, and I want you to be involved with me in that. The beauty community as a whole right now is suffering. You look at your favorite creators, and it's not just me. It's everybody in the space. The views keep cutting in half, and then cutting in half, and then cutting in half. And it's not like an old way just fizzled out, and there are new up-and-coming stars that have, made their way to the beauty vertical. Nothing got replaced. That's the weird thing. It just kind of declined. And I've been sitting here thinking, where can I find my audience? Where can I find my beauty lovers that want to see the content enough to follow and watch and get involved and be engaged? And right now I'm seeing that happen on TikTok. I'm feeling that happen again on IG. I am having a little bit of a hard time here on YouTube. So I need your help, and I'm not above asking for help. Out of 8 million people subscribed to me on YouTube, only 500,000 notifications are sent out. On average, only 2,500 are clicked. So the system is seeing that it's not popular, and then less notifications are sent out. And do we see how this trends backwards? It's not looking good. I'll be here till the bitter end. I'll keep making content until there isn't anyone left, but it's not looking good for our community, specifically in beauty, which is a little bit devastating, a lot of bit devastating. I have treasured being a part of your lives for so many years. I treasure being here on Monday and Thursday. I want to create more on this platform. It just feels like like the audience has left and it feels like YouTube is not supporting the beauty vertical the way they once did as far as recommended videos and sending out full notifications. So I'm just asking you guys if you can do me a solid, help me out. And if you receive a notification, even if you don't have time to watch in that particular moment, click on the notification. Let's do like a butterfly as the high five, like, hey, I'm here. I didn't get to watch this one yet, but I'll be back later. That would be amazing. If you see a recommended video of mine, click on it and let's get the beauty vertical back on track. Do this with your other favorite creators, not just me. It will help them so much because I'm watching all of us struggle and hold on tight. And it just feels like this vertical that was so powerful and amazing just kind of fizzle out. So make sure your phone accepts notifications, ring that bell, turn them on, and let's get this thing back up and running and help the entire vertical out as well. Go and do this for everyone. Notifications are not going out. I literally got a comment this morning like, hey Tati, can you make a video on castor oil? And I'm like, it's there. Like I made that. So another thing that you can do is you can go to my page and you can search for whatever you want to search for, whether it's Maybelline, new Sephora, new makeup, castor oil, and the video will pop up. So if you haven't seen something from me that you want to see, I love your requests, but always make sure that you search for it because a lot of you guys are not seeing my videos. And then what's even more maddening is like now that I'm over making a lot of content elsewhere, I'm seeing comments of like, oh my gosh, are you back on YouTube? Like you're back? And people just don't even know that I ever came back or that I'm still making videos. And that's definitely frustrating and totally sad. I'm not going to let it step me back too much, but I thought I would involve you guys in like something that's heavy on me right now because I don't want to leave, you know, and to be here creating and putting all of this full-time effort in it, it has to make some sense for me because I do want to do other cool things with my career. I would love to bring Tati Beauty back, but I have to make moves strategically with a business mindset to get that done and to relive that dream and to bring it back. So I am working harder than ever, smarter than ever. I have a lot on my plate, a lot of exciting things coming up. And if you have loved my content for any length of time, I would just ask that you please support me. It would mean so much. Okay, and now we will rapid fire into a little Q&A. You guys, it always amazes me. It amazes me. Oh, by the way, my shirt, a subscriber sent this from me. Tiny Shop on Etsy, I believe. So cute. She also sent me one that said Puka on it, and I can't. Let's dish about life. Ooh. What's the best advice you have ever gotten? I don't know that this is the best advice ever, but it's a quote that is really like sunk into me and I think about it every single day. I kid you not. It is, what you are not willing to sacrifice for becomes the sacrifice. Just think about that for a moment. What you are not willing to sacrifice for becomes the sacrifice. So that's the ultimate dig deeper, understand your why. So if you want to get stronger, like I want to build more muscle. When Puka passed, I stopped working out literally for like 2-3 weeks and I lost all of my progress. And I was like, dang it, you know, like I was working so hard. You know, there are decisions, there are excuses, there's things that go on in life that kind of prevent you from getting what you want to get done. But ultimately, what you don't sacrifice for, like me going and lifting those weights, I'm going to lose the muscle. It becomes the sacrifice. So I love that quote and you can apply it to so many different things. In essence, you got to work for what you want. And that is what I'm about right now. What do you do for self-care on the days when you just feel horrible? I'm depressed, housebound. Move. You got to move. 20 minutes, you gotta move. Even if it's ridiculous, find a Pilates workout on YouTube. Like sometimes even doing jumping jacks, just get in your body. Also, if you don't feel like doing hair, makeup, whatever, I understand. Take a bath. Take a moment for yourself. Set the phone down and just soak. These are things that for most of us are available, especially if you have the time, if you're housebound, if you're at home. You can do small moves that might feel stupid in the moment, but they do stack up. Do you ever think about all those people? Oh, whew, spice is coming out of the phone. Do you ever think about the people that did you wrong to you and James, my husband, got their karma? I don't want to wish bad on anyone. I think it's murky water and murky territory when you start like celebrating the idea of somebody getting theirs when you're like, screw you, you'll get yours. It's like you literally are placing all of that yuck back on yourself, and it's like time to learn the same lesson again. So even though I'm human and I have my moments where I'm like, ugh, like, dang it, I try so hard to set it down. I still feel very, very hurt. What is your review of the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation? I love it. I've been wearing it non-stop. Best drugstore bronzer, I was just talking about this. The L'Oreal Infallible is the very best top tier bronzer available at the drugstore. It outperforms so many of my very expensive bronzers. It's just a good one. When will you do Madness Monday? I don't know that I'll do long form, but I'm thinking of doing like quick on the spot deals in shorts. Do you still recommend Briogeo hair products? I do. I used their dry shampoo today. Fave songs on T Swift's new album. I bet you guys could guess, but Who's Afraid of Little Old Me is my absolute favorite. Resonates. Why did you start doing sponsorships and ads? Truly curious, and I hope you answer. Sure. I always will only bring to you guys things that I love, whether it's here or on another platform. It has to be totally passing every single test for me to ever recommend anything, whether it is sponsored or not, and I stay true to that. It's very, very important to me. But you have noticed that I have been partnering with more brands over the past year or so, and she's got a ton of legal fees and really wants to bring Tati Beauty back. So that has been a big motivator for me to partner with brands where in the past, when I had Halo and Tati Beauty, I felt like I'm good. Like I'm good focusing on this, and I really don't have an interest in just overloading myself, but then overloading you guys. So I just made the choice back then not to, and times have changed. I didn't think that I would be in this fiasco with Halo Beauty. It's cost a lot of money. I wish there was a more glamorous answer, but like I'm doing my best to survive, and I'm taking opportunities, but really measuring them and only, again, working with brands that I really know and trust. I turn down more than I take still to this day, but if you've been curious, that is why. It's been a rough few years. Oh, okay, to follow up the last one, this is so good. Does being honest about products affect your relationships with brands? Love you. Yes, it totally does. And that's a hard line to walk as well. But I've been really, really good about not fluffing things up. Like if I'm on a PR list, it's fair game. Like, do I want to aggressively beat a brand up just for entertainment? No, like I want it to be a real review. I'm going to give you the pros and cons. I'm going to tell you that products work differently for every single person. Am I sometimes a little dramatic with it and I have fun with it? Yes, like that does happen. But has that landed me in hot water as far as like the hot water is not being invited to brand trips, which I don't know, is fine. Not being invited to events, oh well. I never shared this with you guys, but literally the Too Faced owner, his sister literally was so aggressive, and she was like, I'm well connected in the industry and you will suffer for this. What goes around comes around, and you shouldn't have made that move, and you'll see in the end, ha 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 ha. And it was really like, oh my God, like, are you threatening me? Like, what the heck? Like, first off, ma'am, like I wasn't talking about you, but she really went in and was like, you don't talk about people that are high up in the industry because we all know each other, and little girl, we're gonna come take you down. So to answer your question, yes, it can impact your career, but I think be brave, speak how you feel, and eventually things will level out. Someone did tell me today that they thought I was brave and honest, and that meant so much to me. I was like, really? Because I sometimes feel scared and scattered, and I show up and I'm doing my best to be authentic, and like how terrible to have to like try. But what I've been through, like, I feel like it's PTSD. Like, if I speak too much, I feel like I'm waiting for all these people to come and be like, kill her. So there is still a little bit of that. Someone says, will you ever talk about Dramageddon again? It's been 5 years since it happened. I would say no if people had stopped talking about it. But I still get emails from people like wanting to quote me in articles and whatnot, and I need to get through litigation and then I'll make my mind up then. But do I still feel misunderstood on the matter? Yes. Do I feel totally screwed? Yes. Do I feel rage? I admit I do. And I'm still trying to figure out what that was, like what the lesson was there, because it haunts me. Like it haunts me what I went through, and I'm not fully healed from it. And I wish I could say that I was, but I'm not. So many people are just asking, how are you? And I just want to say thank you. And I wish I could just like give you a big hug in person and be like, thank you for checking on me. I am really optimistic about so much. Like doors are opening, cool things are happening, and I'm trying to be really focused on the good, but I'm also dealing with a lot of the past being drudged up and just a lot of sadness. Like not gonna lie, it's like a 50-50, and that's just where I'm at. So if you pick up on that, that's why. And I'm so close, like so close to trial being here and done. And I think that's the part where it's like, what do they call it? Like the runner's block, where you're almost through the marathon and you're like, I can't do it anymore. And that feeling of overwhelm and sadness, and then just the grief of time lost, money spent, just like all the big questions of like, is my career over? Like, what is this? I don't know. So like that's kind of sinking into me, and I don't know what the future holds. I'm always going to be an optimist, but there are days like today specifically, I was like, man, like I just feel weird. And, and I'm not ashamed to say that and share that with you guys. So thanks for checking in. My life is not perfect. Far, far from it. Okay, one more. Okay, this last one is just like a feel-good statement. I just want to say thank you so much. Rosie P_83. She says, no question, just a single mom saying thank you for motivating me to sit and put on makeup. I love that. I love that so much. I'm happy that I can still motivate people to feel good, take care of themselves, because when you look good, you feel good. And I think there's such a powerful connection there. And that's always what I want to bring through with my content. So let's tie it all together. I'm not leaving YouTube. There's been a little bit of panic over that. You guys know now how to support me better. If you choose to, I would be so grateful. Make sure you turn those notifications on, ring the bell, make sure your phone is allowing notifications. And if I post a video that you don't have time to watch, just tap it, leave a butterfly, tap out, watch it later. Just that alone would mean so much to me. I really appreciate you all. I love what I do here. I'm sad to see things in a little bit of a decline, but hey, maybe we can fix it. So that is all I have for you guys today. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.